Hi, my name is Hilda Igueravide, and today I'm going to talk about autism spectrum disorder or ASD. I'm going to introduce a few facts about the history of autism, diagnosing autism, the developmental monitoring of autism. You also have a few resources for parents and family. I'm also going to have a very special pair of siblings to talk about how they have been affected by autism. In 2018, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, issued their Autism and Developmental Disabilities Monitoring Prevalence Report, ADDM. The report concluded that the prevalence of autism had risen to 1 in every 59 births in the United States. That is twice as great as the 2004 rate of 1 in every 125. And almost 1 in 54 boys has autism. The spotlight shining on autism as a result has opened opportunities for the nation to consider how to serve families facing a lifetime of supports for the individual with autism. In June 2014, researchers estimated that the lifetime cost of caring for an individual with autism is as great as $2.4 million. The Autism Society estimates that in the United States, we are facing almost a $90 billion annually in costs for autism. The, the figure includes research, insurance costs, and uncovered expenses, Medicaid waivers for autism, educational spending, housing, transportation, employment, related therapeutic services, and caregivers cost. So now I'm going to introduce you to my two very special guests so we can talk a little bit about autism. Thank you so much for joining me. So far what we know is that autism spectrum disorder, ASD, is a disorder of the brain development. It starts in childhood and it continues into adulthood. Children and adults with ASD may communicate, interact, behave, and learn in ways that are different than most people. People with ASD can range from gifted to severe challenge. Can I ask you your name? Can you tell me your name?
My name is Alan.
And your name?
Alana.
Alan, you are autistic, correct?
Yes,
Do you know what that is?
kind of.
Tell me a little bit of what you think autism is.
It's
It's a learning disability?
it's learning disability.
Okay. So you graduated from high school with
Yes.
the rest of your class.
Yes.
How was your high school experience? Tell me about your high school experience.
Leander was the best in my life, so I could learn to get along with people, not to fight, argue, and not get in trouble, and no homework.
Oh, no homework. Great.
Mhm.
Did you like your classes?
Yes, except the gym part.
You didn't like gym. What
Be-
was your favorite class?
Theater class.
Theater was great. Why did you like theater?
Tried how to get along with people, how to talk right, talk sentence, not get stage fright.
Oh, okay. So you used to get frightened when you had to speak with people, and theater helped you
Yes.
be able to communicate with others and get along with people?
Yes.
Did you make a lot of friends when you were in theater?
Not that much.
Not that many friends?
Mm-mm.
What was another thing that you really like about high school?
Go in the cafeteria and go some field trips.
Okay, go to field trips. That was great. Okay. And can you tell me who is this next to you?
This is my little sister, Elena Isabel Igueravide.
Elena Isabel Igueravide. Elena. So Alan is a little bit older than you.
Yes.
And when did you realize that your older brother was a little bit different or did not have the same skills that you have
Maybe when I was little and he paid attention to like just the little things, like what time I ate. Usually, like whenever I see like my friends with their siblings, they usually like didn't care that much or just didn't pay attention to that many little things. So I obviously knew that something was very much so different with him and how he acted.
So he pays attention to the little details that most people don't care to pay attention to.
Yes.
So would you say that Alan likes routine? How is Alan's schedule on a daily basis?
Just any day. Well, he likes to wake up. Usually he wakes up pretty early just to have his little me time, which I think is nice. And then he comes downstairs and he usually he comes down, he eats, and he still has his little me time. But then like around that end of the day is when he starts cleaning. He likes to clean around the end when no one's really around so that he doesn't make much noise. And that when he wakes up in the morning everything's just nice and clean.
Huh, you like to have a nice clean house and room? You're
Yeah.
a very clean person.
Thank you.
Okay, I like that about you, Alan. So anything else, can you tell me what is something that you appreciate about having a brother with ASD like Alan?
Well, I'm very appreciative because he is very caring with everything because he can see when like something's kind of wrong and all that. So, and he helps me as a person because it helps me be more patient and understand things and how to tell people things more slowly and clearly so they do understand. So that's something he's helped me. He's also helping really everyone in the house with, being a big part of like helping the house obviously with the cleaning, but also just helping around everyone really.
So Alan, what do you like about your sister the most?
I like to get along with her and behave with her, not to argue and fight. But if she wants to have some peace and quiet, herself doing homework, watch TV, I decided to go upstairs in my room to have some quiet time alone, so we don't get disturbed and argue and fight.
So you're very respectful.
Yes.
Okay. So I want to thank you both for being so sweet and coming in and helping my friends and teachers understand what autism is or how someone with autism behaves and the certain patterns that people with autism or ASD have. Like Alan, you have your structure, you like things done in a certain way, and you do the same things every week, right? You do on Mondays, you already know your routine, you know what's gonna happen on Tuesday, and you do the same thing over and over, and that makes you happy. When you are asked to not do something in the order that you do like to do it, that gets you frustrated, right? And you don't like that, and you get upset, and then you're upset for a very long time. Okay, well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you so much for telling me more about yourself and about your years in high school and what you like and you didn't like. And Elena, thank you so much for telling me how you feel about your brother and what makes you a better person due to ASD. Thank you so much, guys.
You're welcome.
Once again, I want to thank my panelists and guests for giving me such great personal experience and information on ASD. They are two wonderful, my favorite two people in the whole wide world, and I really appreciate them being so honest. I want to now talk about diagnosing autism. So, diagnosing autism is not easy. It can be difficult since there is no medical test like blood tests to diagnose that disorder. Doctors look at children's behavior and development to make this diagnosis. ASD can sometimes be detected at 18 months or by age 2. A diagnosis by experienced professionals can be considered very reliable. And one of the things that I want to go back to my panelist, Alan, obviously, he was diagnosed at a really early age for the time being. He was about 6, so it wasn't as early as they can diagnose now, but it was still pretty early on, and that gave us the opportunity to give him more assistance and really look at his pattern or where he was going to be going when he came to us in the house helping him, and then with school. That gave us a big upper hand in getting him started early in special ed classes. It is important for all children and caregivers, such as parents, healthcare providers, and just family members, to educate early and should know about the developmental milestones and how children grow, move, communicate, interact, learn, and play. This is a big upper hand when trying to understand or at least get your children into doctors to see if there is something that you should be concerned about. So this information helps caregivers know what to expect at different ages, get ideas on how to promote positive development, and recognize potential concerns about development as early as possible. Developmental monitoring is an ongoing process. It never ends. It's something that you just have to continue to watch your either child or that person that you're caring for. And there is a lot of resources for parents and siblings, such as Alan and Elena. Living with a person with ASD affects the entire family, parents, siblings, and in some families, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins, as they all have to learn to live with someone that thinks and feels differently and that wants to do things differently. You get to work on their schedule, just like Elena was talking about how her brother has a schedule and she knows exactly when he's going to do what and how he's going to react. These are the things that families and together have to really learn at a really young age of the child stage. Meeting the complex needs of a person with ASD can put families under a great deal of stress, emotional, financial, sometimes even physical. Respite care can give parents and other family members or caregivers a needed break and helping maintain family well-being. Respite care has been helping families with just the little things, as of taking someone to therapy and as of providing you with additional resources to help you how to cope or coach with someone with ASD. For over 50 years, the Autism Society of America has been improving the lives of affected families by autism and envisions the world where individuals and families living with autism are able to maximize their quality of life. So that is the companies like the autismsociety.org or the National Autism Center.org. These are great facilities to obtain resources. In summary, autism history facts are scary. Diagnosing autism is not easy. Understanding autism behavior is hard, but it's a very important thing to do. The first thing that we want to do is understand. Resources for parents and family are out there. Please reach out. And I just want to thank you all for letting me share this story and this history of autism. My name is Hilda Garavide, and I thank you for listening to me.